this series. This series has to be my most favorite Webtoon since I downloaded the Webtoon app about 2018 or 2017, one of those years. Okay. And right now as I'm speaking, and I think it was from last week, it is now at its mid-season finale. Okay, for anyone that doesn't know, I will possibly put up a screenshot on the video showing that it's on its mid-season finale, so you can go on Webtoons right now. Mind you, it is free to read. Okay, support the creator, aka Lily Dusk. Okay, and I'm talking about Midnight Poppyland. No, I'm not talking about Poppy Playtime. I'm not talking about that. I seen enough Burleezy videos of him playing to know that I will never step a foot or 3 feet near that game. I'll watch everybody else play it, but I will never play that game. But that's not what we're trying to talk about today. We're talking about Poppy. See, you know what? I know that game wants me to play it. I'm not playing it. I'm scared of horror. But we are talking about Midnight Poppyland by Lily Dusk. And basically this version is actually the revamped version, because originally this series, and do correct me for all MLP fans, the first version, I will call it V1, came out, I believe, between the years of 2016 to 2018. I may be kind of muddled there, but then if I remember correctly, if my memory serves me correctly, Lily Dusk decided to put the series on hold. Originally it was on Canvas, on Webtoons, and now it's on Originals. I keep getting that muddled up. It's been since 2019, since V2, or this version that we have currently right now, it's been up. But she decided to revamp the story. So for many of us who was reading the original V1 version, V1, it was kind of some of the concepts that you see now in this new version, V2. It's still there, but there are some stuff that was scrapped. So if you remember back on V1 version of Poppyland, originally they was supposed to be like a triangle love story kind of between our main characters, particularly both the two main characters, Poppy, or Poppyland Wilkins, I believe her last name is, and Tora. And then also the person who's considered like Tora's brother, okay, is Quincy, or Quincy Tun. Okay, so it was supposed to be kind of like a love triangle between the three in the original version, but that never happened. And if you're wondering if we're going to have that in this new version, no, there's none of that. There's none of that. Right now I actually have the series on hold, and thank goodness I do, because now it's on it's mid-season finale, so it's not going to be back for a little while. I don't know how long. I will have to check on Lily Dusk Instagram. But the whole point of this video is, again, for me to try to recommend to all of you to read this series. So it's basically, you know, you have your small town time girl, Poppy, who unfortunately walked in on her trash ex doing trash ex things, okay? And then we have Tora, you know, this big, sturdy, fully tatted, long-haired, let me stop. Let me stop. You know what I'm trying to get at. And they stumble upon each other. So the one thing that I can say that's kind of still the same from version 1 and now in version 2 is we have where Tora was trying to look for this notebook that had a bunch of secrets. I'm guessing because Tora he's in, you know, the underground work, you know, he's the, you know, mafia type stuff, mafia business. He's more like a bodyguard and the guy you call up to get rid of the evidence. That's the type of guy Tora is. And he's trying to look for this notebook that was left by Galantine, okay? And because that notebook contains a lot of secrets that a lot of people are trying to get their hands on, and some people have probably died knowing all these secrets and everything, so we don't know really what's in the notebook even to now, okay? But he's trying to retrieve this notebook. Unfortunately, Poppy picked up this notebook, so he realizes that she may have the notebook, and so that's how they both form this connection, really, because Tora is trying to retrieve this notebook that Poppy picked up after she saw her trashy ex doing trashy ex-boyfriend things, aka cheating on her, piece of right? And so she leaves and everything, and she got injured falling into bushes. She's trying to leave the situation, and she injured herself on the moped, and her whole bosom and everything is out, trying to censor all this type of stuff. Don't want to get copyright strike or whatever strikes on YouTube, so yeah, there's that. And he sees her, she's his type, she thinks he's a pervert, and eventually they do meet up again in the story. So the whole point of these two characters is, one thing I can say, or probably a few things I like about these characters, is, again, Tor is this big, scary, very attractive dude who does work with the Mafia, but things you come to find out is this guy, as scary as he looks and as intimidating as he is, and he will hurt people if necessary. You don't want to start scrapping with this guy. Like, nah, you see his arms, you see his arms. But in some real sense, Tora is very loyal. Tora is a no-nonsense person. Those he care about, he holds them very close to him. He's very trustworthy. He is someone that tells it like it is. No BS, okay? No cutting corners. And he's, many of the times, he's able to read the room. But again, he is rough around the edges. He is someone that, because of his upbringing, he is scared to show his emotions, to give that weakness so people can take advantage of him. And that's due to his upbringing of being raised into the person he is as of today. But that doesn't mean he's cold-hearted. No, Tora is far from that. And then we have where Poppy is sentimental, she is emotional. And by having these two characters continuously interacting with each other, they lean off of each other, and despite the different personalities that they have and characteristics, they take off. So Tora, if he's known for his cursing, Poppy learns that off of him. With Poppy learning how to explain herself and explain her feelings, Tora is now doing that. So the good things and sometimes the bad traits of each other are intermingling with both characters, and they're learning to communicate with each other as each chapter goes by. And the more these characters are interacting, are basically crossing into each other's world, because despite the darkness that follows Tora, he is someone that's continuously searching for the light, and the light is being Poppy. She gives him that freedom to know what it's like to be kind of normal, okay, while at the same time she's trying to understand Tora and why does he have so much secrets. And of course, him starting to really like Poppy, he doesn't want her to be involved in the things that he is, because his world is it is messed up, okay? It's so messed up, it is so damaging, both mentally, emotionally, and physically. And he doesn't want to see someone like Poppy, who's actually giving him that freedom, that's something he's been wanting from ever since, and he doesn't want to see that tainted. But we continuously see throughout the story, again, there's like 103 chapters where Poppy challenges that mindset of Tora. Like, I'm not as weak as you think I am. For me to trust you, you have to start to let me in, and we have to talk. Communication is so beautiful with these two characters, because there will be times in the story where they do knock heads. They literally do. They get into arguments and they don't want to talk with each other, but they always find time to come back, apologize, and explain their reasons like two responsible adults. And I love how Lily was able to portray such human-like qualities in her characters that makes them feel like, hey, these are two people that you can interact with and talk with. They feel very real despite the almost fiction like setting that they're in. So the romance is A1. Okay, the buddying romance between these two characters is A1, and it is spicy. Like, bro, when I say it is spicy, not spicy as in R18, no, but spicy that it gets your girl squealing at 3 a.m. in the morning when she's supposed to be going to bed. Okay, she has to speed run and take into detail when your girl is supposed to be asleep. She's here giggling at her phone like a mad woman because she's like, no way did Lily do that. Lily, if I could see you right now, I'd give you a big hug and a cookie. Just tell me what your favorite cookie is. I'll give you a cookie. I'll give you a big hug and a big cookie. Okay, I'll give you a big chocolate chip cookie because you're doing amazing. Like, if you thought the original version was it, I would have to say Lily Dusk truly outdid herself, and I don't know how much more I can tell this amazing creator. I can't tell her enough that I am so proud of where she is and what she's doing. And like, man, I tell my girls, like, yo, go read this. You're gonna enjoy the heck out of this series. I even tried to convince my sister to read it, and I know she didn't read it, but I purposely one day put it into her book list, her bookmarker list. So one day, hopefully, she does read it. Just tell her to go read it, okay? You know, I'm gonna put the link for her Insta. Tell her to go read it. Check it out. Don't harass her, but just tell her, go check it out. Your sister said go check it out, okay? So yeah. So there is, romance, there is tension, there is drama, there is mafia dealings, or like, some type of underlying stuff going on. The underground works are happening behind the scenes and sometimes in front of the scenes, but you really do end up enjoying the dynamics, the growth between Poppy and Tora, and all you want by the end, once this series ends, is that these two are together. Everything that was trying to keep them apart, aka Tora's past, and even somewhat of Poppy's past that made her who she is today, insecurities, no self-love, but by meeting Tora, she's growing, she's bettering herself, and same thing with Tora. He's becoming more sensitive, he's becoming more caring, he's opening up himself, and she's standing up for herself. And it's a beautiful thing, man. You really enjoy these two characters, and all you can hope for is that by the time this series ends, they have such a beautiful love that you can wish that in my single life, I want what Tora and Poppy has. And I hope I have a friend like Quincy, okay? Quincy, who with his messy self, but he got your back. I love Quincy, okay? So guys, hopefully I convince you to check out Midnight Poppyland. It's on Webtoons. It is for free. And if you want to read the advanced fast pass chapters, of course you may have to pay, but that's only if you want to read the fast pass chapters. If not, right now currently it's sitting at 103 chapters, so you got time. If whatever day you're free this week or wherever, go onto Webtoons app or on the desktop version, and go check it out and support Lily though. She's also on Instagram, so I'll be dropping the link in the description box. You guys could go check her out on social media, gives her a heads up to like her posts and everything, and just support her and just wish her all the best in her works as a creator. The links are in the description box. You guys go check that out. And I'm Kimmy-chan of Anime Legends, and I will see you guys later. Bye. With